Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And I am Yang Li Marco from Peking University in China. I'm the coordinator of the PGS talks. Uh, Actually, like today, we are very honored to invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sherifa Sherif, to give keynote speech. She will talk about the role of young people on the sustainable development governance. And Dr. Sherifa Sherif is a tenured professor of public administration at the Faculty of Economics and Political Science of Cairo University. Dr. Sherif held the position of Vice Dean for Environment and Community Service, as well as the chairperson of the Public Administration Department at Future University in Egypt. Dr. Sherif is currently the executive director of the National Institute for Governance and Sustainable Management Development. Dr. Sherif was previously the executive director of the National Management Institute and the head of the Governance Center at the Ministry of Planning, Monitoring, and Administrative Reform in Egypt, alongside being the governance advisor. Dr. Sherif is currently a member of the Committee of Experts on Public Administration and the UN Economic and Social Council. She's also the leader in the Bridge Gender Digital Divide initiative with the UNDP and Cisco, which launched in 2021. Now, let's welcome Dr. Sherif to give the keynote speech. Please, Dr. Sherif.
Thank you, Yang. I'm very happy to be with you today. Warm greetings and welcome from Egypt. It's with pleasure to be with you today, of course, at this incredible event, PGS Summit, talking today about the role of youth and sustainable development and linking it, of course, to governance. Before I start, I wanted to share with you a couple of numbers just to clarify where the continent and Egypt in particular is with the number of youth. With more than 60% of Egypt's population under the age of 30, uh, and youth in Egypt are at the center of Egypt's development agenda. If we look at the African continent, we find more than 70% of the total population in the African continent are under the age of 35. So the numbers are very high, and as you can see, empowering youth and being in the forefront of the Agenda 23 is of utmost importance. Before I dig deep into examples from the national, international, national, and regional levels on different initiatives related to youth empowerment regarding the development agenda, I just want to clarify and highlight the importance of governance and good governance practices to reach the goals we want, the 17 goals. Governance is looked at as it's not an outcome, it's a enabler, it's a accelerator to be able to implement Agenda 2030. So active and successful engagement of young people in sustainable development efforts is crucial for the overall economic growth and social cohesion, achieving sustainable, inclusive, and stable societies. Young people are the leaders of tomorrow. Youth empowerment is, of course, cross-cutting all agendas, Egypt's Vision 2030 and the 17 goals, the SDGs, of course, that was launched in 2017. Youth are the key factors to ensure intergenerational lens on development strategies, projects, policies to deliver fair, inclusive, and resilient growth. Young people have been hit, and not just young people, but all countries have been hit from COVID 19. But let's look at COVID 19 in the positive perspective. Uh, Young people during COVID 19 demonstrated resilience to the shocks that led to positive change to communities around the MENA region and around the world. COVID-19's crisis underscored the need to place young people at the center of an inclusive and sustainable development. Young people around the world have been in the forefront of activities to further accelerate Agenda 2030. We have a lot of examples in the MENA region and across the world. And let me just give you a few of the examples, success stories of youth accelerating the development agenda. We have the Arab Youth Climate Movement. We have Youth for Governance in Lebanon. We have the Butterfly Project in India, and we have the Act 23 initiative, and many more. Moving to Egypt, I want to give you a feel of what we're doing with youth empowerment on the developmental level. We've included youth in the rewriting of Egypt's Vision 2030 through active workshops and giving their feedback on the development process in Egypt. We also launched an initiative called Be an Ambassador, or Ambassador Sustainable Development. This initiative was targeting the age group or the age bracket between 18 and 35. We reached out to more than 1,000 youth, and we gave them the skills they needed, and it's based on a peer-to-peer model, training them and giving them the skills they need to be able to be ambassadors of sustainable development and share their knowledge with their peers. We also are working on another initiative called Ambassadors for Climate Change. And Ambassadors for Climate Change is another initiative that is in parallel with, of course, Egypt's hosting of the COP27. Again, we're giving the knowledge needed on climate change and climate change issues related to Egypt and worldwide to a number of exactly 1,000 youth, again, from the age of 18 and 35. Another initiative working with youth from school level, from the primary to secondary level students, is called Green Minds. Green Minds is also based on extracurricular activities for students to get to know what sustainable development is, what climate change is, and how they can pitch in solving the problem. Through hands-on, again, extracurricular activity. We have another initiative in Egypt called the Presidential Leadership Program. This Presidential Leadership Program is it's been launched in 2017, and it revolves around youth empowerment and working with policymakers and decision makers. And we have an annual World Youth Forum, giving that platform to youth from around the world to interact with one another and meet with the president and policymakers and decision makers in Egypt. We have another mobile application also called Sherik 2030. Sherik means to have a say in the developmental process. So this application gives, again, the platform for youth to give their feedback on the different national projects, on the development agenda that is being implemented right now in Egypt. And that interactive platform is ready and on the ground, and it's very helpful for us to get the feedback we need. We also have another initiative that Yang mentioned, is She for a Digital Future. This initiative is bridging the digital divide, the gender digital divide, the digital illiteracy, because now, of course, and this is part of our agenda, is we're talking about financial inclusion, and we're talking about the importance of digitization and modernization of the public sector, and moving forward with again the agenda Egypt's Vision 2030. So She for a Digital Future was launched in 2020, and we have reached out to more than 2,000 women so far. Again, it's a project with Cisco Academy and the UNDP. Our motto, actually, when working with youth and focusing on youth empowerment, is educate, empower, and engage. So we call it the 3E approach. So with, again, the Ambassadors Initiative that I just mentioned, I just want to highlight the importance of international partnerships. With this initiative and COP27 approaching, we are partnering up with several international institutes and academic institutes in climate change, the University of Dundee, Strathclyde, El Maktoum, UNIDO, UNICEF, and others, and we have like a consortium focusing on webinars and online courses for youth to understand the topic at hand and get a good grasp of the information that they need. And with this, we also give training of trainer capacity building for youth to become trainers for sustainable development. And that is very important, again, for the peer-to-peer model. We also have another initiative that we are launching very soon with the OECD. It's called the Youth Policy Shapers Program. And this, again, targeting the age bracket from 18 to 35. It builds skills, supporting them technically and financially to translate youth-led initiatives on the ground and, again, accelerate Sustainable Development Goals progress. So supported by the OECD, this project is also going to reach out to more than 2,000 youth across the 27 governorates in Egypt. I just want to conclude by saying that again, youth are our future, and young people, as Kofi Annan once quoted, young people should be the forefront of global change and innovation. Empowered, they can be the key agents for development and change. And I'm a great believer of this quotation, and that youth are our future, and empowering them should be on the forefront of any government agenda, actually. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sherif. Thank you. I think it's really, really impressive, like talking, and also like I think like our audience also like impressed from your talks. I think from your talks just now, I really, really like feel like Egypt students and also Egypt's like initiatives and also like the government do a lot like in the sustainability. So especially also including our student like curriculum, like I think like that's really, really impressive. So like thank you again, like Dr. Sherif, and thank you for this talking. And I will really looking forward to have more cooperations with you, and in the future we can like have more contact. Okay, so thank you for audience like to join this like PGS talks. And now like we are entering for a break, a 10 minutes short break. And we are like, but after break, please join our like Zoom A and keep like join our another session. The next session will be the project workshops, and we also call it PGS networks. In this session, you will meet many like amazing student initiatives. They will like present their projects and like this. Okay, so please keep this link and to please jump this room and wait for 10 minutes. We will start. Okay, and see you soon. See you, Dr. Sherif. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.